Hello guys, welcome back once again in my YouTube channel. My name is Krishna Rai, and today in this video I'm going to tell you how you guys can start with Raspberry Pi boards, whether it is 4 or Raspberry Pi 5. So I'm going to tell you all the steps how you can install the Raspberry Pi OS, and then how you can get all the resources, whether it is codes or connections, how you can fetch all the details, and how you can create multiple projects using Raspberry Pi boards. So be with me till the end of the video to get all the details. So let's start. So these are the hardware which you need to set up the Raspberry Pi boards. First thing is you need Raspberry Pi board. It can be anything, Raspberry Pi 3, 4, 5, any version is fine. Then you need a card reader, as well as you need a micro SD card. SD card, make sure it should not be lesser than 16 GB, otherwise data won't be that much fast. So we need 16 GB or 32 GB. You can also use 64 GB memory card. So before picking the memory card, always there is recommendation to see which board you are using. If you are using Raspberry Pi 3, then you have to find what maximum micro SD card basically you can use. So that is important. And then you need a power supply, USB-C type to give power to the Raspberry Pi board. Then HDMI cable is needed to basically connect to your monitor, and then you need a monitor, keyboard, mouse, like the way we set up the desktop. In the desktop we have external mouse, external keyboard. Similarly, you need these things to set up the hardware, to set up the Raspberry Pi. And then the second step, basically you have to install Raspberry Pi OS, and for that you need two things. First you need card reader and then SD card. So you need to put the SD card into the card reader and then plug it into your laptop, and then quickly install this Raspberry Pi imager. Make sure your SD card, whatever you are using, it's formatted. If it is not formatted, from the Raspberry Pi imager you can format the SD card, and you can actually put the Raspberry Pi OS from Raspberry Pi imager tool. So this is the second step. And then open Raspberry Pi imager, select Raspberry Pi OS, and then click right to install the OS onto the SD card. So there are three options you can see here: operating system, SD card, and write. From operating system you have to pick Raspbian, Raspberry Pi OS, and then SD card, you select the SD card whatever you have plugged in your laptop, and then just click on the write option. And then it will take at least 2 to 3 minutes, so just wait until the process is done. Once it will be done, it will pop up a message that it's already set up, Raspberry Pi OS is already installed, so you can remove the SD card from the laptop. And then the third step is insert the SD card into the Raspberry Pi and power it on, and there you go. Once you power Raspberry Pi, you will be able to see the interface of the Raspberry Pi OS, and then you need to do some changes. You need to set up the language the way we do in the Windows installation, in the Ubuntu installation, like the way we install the machines OS. Similarly, this is going to be the settings. You need to pick the language, time zone, and then keyboard layout, connect to Wi-Fi, and then update the system to the latest version. So these are the things. And then open Thorny ID. So where do you write the program? That's the thing. So for writing the program in the Raspberry Pi OS, there is a Raspberry Pi image. You need to click on that, and then for programming there are two options you will be able to find. Just click on Thorny Python. Once the Thorny Python window will open, you will be able to see this kind of interface. It will have new, load, run, and stop. These are the things. So if you click on run, your code, whatever code you will be writing there, it's going to run. If you click on stop, it's going to stop, and the result will be visible on the shell, which is extremely down. Okay, now the most important thing is from where you will be able to fetch the code. So we use Python programming language in the Raspberry Pi, and Python we will use for the hardware. On the Raspberry Pi board there are a lot of GPIO pins are available. Like you can see here, we have in this image, you can see 3 LEDs are connected to the GPIO pins which is available on the Raspberry Pi board. So how do you find the code? How do you find the connections? That is the main thing. So for that, as Raspberry Pi is like open source, so you can get all the resources from this GPIO 0 documentation. So let me just tell you how you can open this and how you can fetch all the details, whether it is connections or coding, everything. So look at this. So I just need to type GPIO 0 documentation, and there you go. Everything is available here. I will see the latest one. Okay. Now the first thing is here you can get all the information installing GPIO 0. How do you install? Usually it comes with OS, so you don't need to be worried about this. Now you can directly start from basic recipes. So in the basic recipes, you will be able to see how you can interface the button, how you can interface the LED, everything is there. You see here, pin numbering, if you want to see how the pin numbers, basically GPIO pin out. If you want to see Raspberry Pi board pin out, you just need to search here, Raspberry Pi 4, whatever board you are using, whether you are using 4, 5, you just need to type here and then just search pin out and just go to images. Here you'll be able to find the pin number. This is very important because ultimately you are going to connect any kind of hardware to GPIO pins, so you need to see on which number you are going to connect, and for that you have to always refer to this, like this 5 volt ground, those things. Okay, coming back to this, uh, you can see the connection is given, and then there is a program also, turn on LED on off repeatedly. So just make the connection by referring this, and then the code is right away here. Just copy and paste, and this is very simple to understand as it uses Python programming. So you can see from GPIO 0 import LED, and then from time import sleep. Sleep is basically a kind of delay, so it's like on off blinking LED code. Alternatively, this is given this way, then LED with variable brightness. So whatever things, PWM concepts, pulse width modulation, so there are many things which you can easily get from the open source. Now it's up to your idea, it's up to your creativity, how you can use the basic code which is already given to make a realistic project or to make any other things apart from the given. But if you see, there are a lot of things. Button run a function every time when the button is pressed. All the activity, all the projects is actually given, and it's completely open source, right? You just need to make the connection by referring this. You can, there is a code, you fetch the code and then complete your project. So this was just LED. Now if you see LED brightness, LED board, bar graph, making music box, making full color LED, making robots, everything is there on your hand. So it's going to be a cup of tea for you. So, because everything is there, there is a connection, there is a code, whatever you wanted to build with the help of Raspberry Pi board, you just get the code, you take the connection, and then you build whatever you want. But again, you don't need to be rely completely on this code, because this is given as a basic, like there is a code to run the motor. Now if you wanted to build actually video surveillance robot or color sorter or base segregations, you just get the basic code and you have to implement your idea also. You have to apply your thoughts, your algorithm, your logic building. So before that, uh, if you are learning this thing first time, I recommend you to basically learn Python programming in better way. You need to learn tuple, list, dictionary, all the Python concepts, even oops concepts, everything is going to be useful in this as it uses Python. So I hope this video is helpful for you guys. So if you like my video, please hit a like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.